All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bean Apple. It is the Super Bowl preview show. 3 keys to victory for the Bengals, for the Rams.
Welcome to the Bean Apple Podcast.
Belichick. I mean, I text him all the time. He just doesn't answer.
Somehow got mono. God knows who he was making out with.
Somebody had given me 2 tickets to a check-in, and I had to run into a store. Came out, they broke my window, and they left 4 more tickets.
So, me and John today, we're going to break it down. Before we get into 3 keys, do want to talk about one fun thing to begin with that we were just arguing, and I feel like it's something fun to share with you guys. Home field advantage. Is it a thing in this Super Bowl? Obviously, technically, yes, it is a thing. But in reality, what is it, right? So I definitely want to continue our conversation we were just having, but get your guys' take on what you think of this. So, John, what do you think you want to take the cons, you think it's good. Tell me what you think is the actual benefit.
So I think the benefits are, so the Rams are sleeping in their own beds probably every single night. They're with their families. Life isn't disrupted. You know what I mean? Maybe it is because the interviews, the forced interviews they have to do. I get it. But, they can still pick their kids up from school. They can still take little Johnny to let's see, it's February out there. So they are playing baseball, the baseball practice. You know what I mean? It's 80 out there. So, not too much of their life minus the media circus that everybody makes it is different. And that's probably quite minimal as well. It's not every single player. So, since he has to travel, they're staying in I'm sure a hotel. The
probably
Rams,
a very nice hotel.
Probably a very nice hotel. Suites, at least with some sort of free breakfast in the morning, I'm sure. So
Continental, you think?
Continental, maybe. Maybe some nice little waffle makers.
Yeah,
you get your sugar free.
The one
you flip over and it takes like 90 seconds. Sugar free and sugar syrup. So, so funny thing we were talking about, Joe, was the locker room. If I was Cincy, I'd be saying, you know what? The Rams have to use the visitor locker room just so everything isn't the same. Because think about it, you're in your locker room. You're in your own locker. This is your locker. You probably got personal stuff in there. They probably left it there since the NFC Championship because they know they're going back.
Yeah.
To me, it's just a lot of conveniences and a lot of non-stressors that they don't have to deal with where Cincy is. Now, Cincy is a young team, so are they worried about, going into hotels? Of course not. But, man, I just think that whole, probably living 20 miles from the stadium is probably going to help them out. I mean, it did Tampa last year.
Yeah, it definitely did. So my take on this is the flip side of this is you saw last week the Rams had a home game against the 49ers.
Right.
The seats were red. I mean,
they were.
They basically told the Rams fans, don't sell your tickets to 49ers fans, and they said, we're going to take the money. We're out. Like, we'll watch it on TV. So,
right.
And this is the Super Bowl. I mean, tickets are just handed out to all of the high-paying sponsors and, executives at different levels and whatnot. So this game isn't about the fans as much as it is the experience for the wealthy and powerful people, right? So you do have the comfort of being at home. You do have the comfort of having, your locker room and being familiar with how the field plays and how the light comes in and all the different aspects of those type of things that a little bit more than everybody else. But I don't know if the crowd noise is going to be that big of a difference that's really going to sway this game, being the fact that the 49ers fans traveled down there and basically took the place over. Bengals fans haven't had a playoff win prior to this since 1984. Right. If you're telling me that they're not cashing out their IRAs and retirement funds to head down to this game, I wouldn't believe you. Like, they've got to be, whatever you want, home equity loans. They're talking to, Fat Joe down the road taking out shark loan to the loan shark down there. 28% interest, whatever. Get me to that game, right?
Doesn't matter.
There might be more Bengals fans there than anything.
It could be. So, and I'm going to agree with you there, Joe. I don't think the fans in the stands is the home field advantage at all. I'm with you 100% there because
just the comfort.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, if Patriots are playing a Super Bowl in Foxborough and I'm a season ticket holder and I got 4 tickets and somebody offers me 150 G's for them, guess what, man, Joe? I'll fly you out here to watch the game from my house because I got a whole lot of extra money to spend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's
So
going to be a nice TV to watch it on.
exactly. You know, I mean, I may even rent out a hall or something for a grand or two. You know, who knows? But yeah, I mean, why not? You know, it's a I'm sure it's a great experience. But unless you're a true fan of that team, you're right. They're going for the the I'll call them the pink hat football followers, to where they're going to be taking pictures, selfies in the stands,
Right.
posting them on Instagram and Facebook. So you're right. I don't think the fan base part will come into play when it comes
Yeah.
to the home field advantage. Yeah.
All right. Well, it'll be fun to see what the stadium is looking and sounding like
Right,
for
right,
sure. But
right.
all right, so with that, let's break into our 3 keys for victory and what we think the outcome is going to be. So, do you want to start off? You want me to tell you why?
I'll tell you what. I'll start off. So
Start off with the Rams.
I'll start off with the
keys.
Rams, and let me say this: I want the Bengals to win. My son-in-law, for those that haven't watched this before, my son-in-law has been a diehard Bengals fan forever. I hope they win. I just don't think they are, and here's why. First off, OBJ and Cooper Cup. You know what? 20 catches, 250, 2 touchdowns last game against a really good San Francisco 49er defense. So
Yeah.
what's that going to play? How's that going to play out against Cincinnati? Not saying they have a bad defense or a terrible one, but how's that going to work out? You know what I mean? It's just that's going to be a tough, play for them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, OBJ, since being traded from Cleveland, everybody said he's washed up. He's this and that. I did too. I didn't want the Patriots to take a chance on him. Guess what? When he has a quarterback that can throw a football, it's amazing what apparently he can do. So number 2, I was flip-flopping which one I want to talk about next. I'm going to save, to me, the best for last. So let's go number 2, Aaron Donald. That guy is possessed. He wants a Super Bowl ring. That defense is signed to win now. They brought in some kind of key players. They brought in Von Miller from Denver. He's pumping that D up. And I'll tell you what, if anybody's going to get to Joe Burrow, it's going to be him, or he's gonna get that double, triple team, and others will be able to get to Burrow. Since he doesn't have the best offensive line, and I think it's a terrible matchup, that O-line versus the Rams' D-line. I think that's I just don't think it's good. Kansas City definitely did not have the defense that the Rams have.
Right.
Now, number three, Matt Stafford, man. Matt Stafford, SEC beast. Matt Stafford, the Georgia Bulldog. Man, the guy has paid his dues in Detroit. You're hearing all these former Lions come on supporting him. Megatron, I don't know if you heard what he said. He's like, I feel like this is a win for all of us. You know what I mean? I'm going to be celebrating this win because I feel that he's winning it for us. So,
Nice.
the guy's put his dues in, but I'll tell you what, he can make a mistake here or there that could potentially cost it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to come out to play. Again, it's a home game. This poor guy has been playing for Detroit his whole career.
Yeah.
Man, if anybody deserves it, he does. He truly does. He stuck it, in Detroit forever. He stayed there forever. And, he finally got his way out in the first year. I mean, look at where he's at, a Super Bowl. So I'll tell you what, again, I want Cincy to win so bad. I truly do. It's just I think the Rams are going to prevail because of those 3 things.
Okay. All right. So I'll give you my side, my 3 keys to victory for the Bengals in this game. And I'm going to stick there with, I'm going to just translate that right over to my side where you just left off with Matt Stafford. So I think that's going to be a key, as Matt Stafford's entire career has been full of bad decisions. Right?
Oopsies.
Yeah, a lot of bad throws, a lot of bad decisions overall. So and it hasn't really stopped this year. He's just got a better team around him to kind of help him out. He's still throwing interceptions. He's still making some bad decisions that he's getting away with. But I think that's probably going to come back with the pressure mounting in this game. And this is really, I mean, when you talk about like, oh, Joe Burrow's a rookie, he's never experienced this. Neither is Matt Stafford, right? I mean, he's been in the league for a long time, but he's never even, I don't even know if the Lions played in a game that had any pressure in it ever. Like, they've never won. Like,
that's probably pretty valid. Yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
Valid.
So these both of these quarterbacks are kind of experiencing this pressure building together equally. So he is prone to making bad throws, and I think one of the guys that's really stuck out is Eli Apple. Throughout the playoffs, he's had a lot of nice defensive plays. He's had an interception. I think it's going to come again. I think he's going to pick one from Matt Stafford. That, or I'm going to say Trey Hendrickson.
Nice
Sack fumble, and either way, however the defense gets the ball, they have to turn it into points. Like, they can't turn it over to the offense with this defense. So you want to take advantage on the defensive side. If you get the ball in your hands, get in the end zone, get those free points, and stack them up. So a turnover, interception. I see the defense turning something big over from Stafford. Second, I think the focus on Jamar Chase continues. As it did last week. He's still 6 for 54 and a touchdown last week. He's still hard to stop, but T. Higgins quietly 6 for 103, right? So where Chase is still picking up double coverage and a ton of defensive focus, T. Higgins quietly 100-yard game, right? He didn't get a touchdown, but still putting up the numbers. I think that's going to continue. Go ahead, cover Chase. We still have T. Higgins. Oh, and guess what? We have Boyd as well. So who could put up 100-yard games just as easily, and very underrated. So
what about Joe Mixon?
Who's that?
Exactly. Okay, that's what I
thought. No, I don't think Joe Mixon's going to do anything. If he, I'm going to say 35 yards probably in this game is where I'm going to put him. I don't think that's going to happen.
I may take the under with you there.
All right, but yeah, I think Higgins is going to be key for the wide receiving game. Chase is still going to get his because you can't stop him. But Higgins is going to take a lot of that, and he's going to turn it into some big numbers. And last, of course, big surprise, Joe Burrow. Most important player on the field in this game. Overall, the pressure is insurmountable for him. I mean, the run that he's having is insane. He's playing great. I mean, he only had 250 and 2 touchdowns and interception last week. Didn't play crazy, but he played good enough to beat Patrick Mahomes. So he's got to do it again, and he's got to do it against a much better defense, a defense, like you said, that's at home. So this is going to be a huge game for Joe Burrow. If he comes through and wins this game against this defense, that is a statement piece and clear-cut Super Bowl MVP when that happens, without a doubt. So I
hope that does happen. I hope that does happen. I hope it does.
So that's what I'm thinking. That's my 3 keys. Defense has to get a pick or a fumble recovery, some kind of a defensive score. T. Higgins continues to shine in the shadow. Can you shine in the shadow? He's going to continue to shine in the shadow of Jamar Chase. I might have to trademark that.
I was going to say that because I don't think anybody's ever said that, and I think we should.
But it works.
I think we should. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. And last but not least, of course, Joe Burrow. So final score of this game, I'm going to say Bengals 32, Rams 24.
So I'm saying, I thought you were going to say what I was going to say. I'm going to say Rams 31, Bengals 26.
31-26. Yeah. Okay. So we're close. Flip.
We are. That's why I wanted to see what your second number was. I'm like, let's see how close we are. Very close. Very close.
Very close. So, all right. So that wraps it for that. So enjoy the game. We will be on Sunday before. Kind of do a quick preview of everything that's going. Have a little fun. Just chat about some football. Jump on with us. We'll be live, of course. And let's chat, drink, eat, be merry, whatever you want to do. but it'll be a lot of fun no matter what happens. So
Absolutely.
until then, stay safe, have fun, and for
Peace.
John, I'm Joe.